I wanted to go ahead and make a part two video to couple along with what I was elaborating in the previous video on cathedrals and churches and how they were producing or literally had it built into the architecture a way to make the buildings heal people internally, spiritually, and mentally. And we'll be going over more evidence of how that architecture worked and the etymology of how, things that we say out loud, we don't even realize what we're saying. And I've already had a video breakdown of what etymology is on my channel if you haven't or heard that word before or aren't familiar with it, but we'll continue. So as you've already seen in different Gothic architecture, there's different evidence of what would be domes or, that would go above door frames and triangles. And like there you have the rounded horseshoe, the lancet, the equilateral, the multifoil, and these different domes would obviously have a different effect on sound and frequency as it would bounce off the walls within these churches and cathedrals. As shown in the previous video, it appears that these churches had specific molecular, blueprints within or outlines on the blueprints of these churches and how they would be architecturally created to resonate in a way that would heal or create certain chemicals in the body to react a certain way, or for the body to behave in a more healing way. Do we know exactly, how they were tapping into these, what would be called free energy sources? Could it be a potential ether? I think it could have been. We look at the etymology and just the definition here of dome, a concave shape whose distinguishing characteristic is that the concavity faces downward. It's interesting because, they call your head, they call it the dome of your head, and then you have on both sides of your eyeballs your temple, and I don't think it's, a coincidence that, your third eye sits in between all of what this is, and it's basically like a great recreation of the human head, if you will, almost, or brain. I also think, different churches and different organs maybe had different healing properties to them that another church right next door maybe wouldn't be able to do as much of. But comment down in the section below and let me hear you guys.